And welcome back to the Engine Builder Show. For our topic today, Gabe will be sharing with us how to reverse engineer your business and drive more leads. Again, as always, thank you everybody for tuning in and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody.
There was always a ton to learn. One of the things that I have struggled with over the years is overcomplicating my business. And I'm sure I'm the only one, but just in case there's one other person out there, that's what I want to talk about today, because I know for me, the more knowledge I've gained, the more experience I've had, the more I've built my business, it opens up a lot of opportunities. It opens up a lot of services, a lot of products, a lot of different things that we can offer to our clients. And because of that, I've definitely gone through seasons where I make things way too complicated for people to understand, where there's not a clear first step, where they understand we do a lot of things, but they don't know how to engage or how we can solve their specific problem. And when I get into those positions, one of the things that I've learned to do through some great mentors in my life that have taught me this, and through my own kind of reflection and practice, is to step back and think, okay, what was working really well when I started out? What brought in leads? What were people attracted to? Because often our first attempts, our ignorant attempts, are the ones that work really well, because we don't have the knowledge or experience to be afraid of trying something new. And so when I'm in those seasons where I go, man, I think I've overcomplicated things, I'll step back and go, what worked early on that brought in new leads? What worked early on that got me, to have conversations with prospects to become, potential clients? And so that's the first step that I take to start reverse engineering and saying, okay, what was initially giving me momentum and getting results, and how can I return to that model at some level? When when I'm launching something brand new and I'm not sure what the first step is, I still come back to that mindset of how can I make all these complex things really simple? Like, what's the first step that somebody can take? And when you think about your customer that you want to serve, one of the things that happens to all of us is we get what I've heard people call the expert's curse. We know everything about our business. We know all the inner workings. We know all the details, all the steps. We know how to perform the surgery, so to speak, or we know how to, build the race car. But all our clients want is they just want the result. They want to be healed. They want the fast car. They want the beautiful website. They want, the result of getting healthy, but they don't necessarily need to know all the steps that you're going to take in the background. And they don't even necessarily need to know every little micro step that you're going to take them through to get to the result they want. All they need to know is that you can get them the results, and this is the first step to take. And for me, having tested this and played with a lot of different things over the years, we realized here at Business Marketing Engine that the first step that we take with all of our successful clients is we build them a 12-month holistic marketing plan, because then they know, here's where I want to be in 12 months. Here's all this major step that's going to take to get there. And so in starting to just build a plan, that's the initial offer that we make a lot of the time. There are exceptions to that, and there will be exceptions in your business because there'll be those special cases. But as you think about what's the first simplest step that somebody can take to engage with me, that's when you can start to say, okay, how do I design my emails, my website, call to actions, the social media? How can I explain to people over and over, this is the first step you could take with us, here's why, and here's the result you can expect from it. With that repetition, with having a clear ask that you drive people through, then it simplifies it for them, which is the most important thing. But also it will really simplify it for you in the sales process as you build a team around delivering the products and services. When you're building delivery out in your company, they'll know the first step and how to engage with that customer. And it just makes the whole process a lot simpler. And so as you think about where your business is today, every business, especially established businesses, have unintentionally added complexity into what's going on. And when we can step back and go, okay, yes, there probably are some complicated steps. There's probably are all these details that need to happen, but how much does the prospect need to know about that up front? And how can I actually just simplify it and say, we're going to take you through these 3 major phases. And here's the first phase just to engage in. Or, I know you have this goal of losing weight, we'll say, in the health space. But the first thing to do is just track your meals, track what you're eating. And so if you track these things, we can guide you through that process, and then we can offer the next solution to you. You can get people to engage at a low risk and simple level, getting paid a small amount of money, as an example, to help people through a 2-week challenge of tracking their food is not going to be super time intensive for you. You can make a template, and something that you use, a tool that you use over and over, and it can help people get to know you, and they can pay you $100, couple $100, $50, whatever the numbers are. They can pay you a small amount, which makes them your customer and helps them begin to trust you. And you've lowered that barrier that they need to step over in order to begin doing business with you. You've given them a way to try out working with you, try out trusting you to see what's going to happen. And what you don't need to tell somebody, again, sticking in the fitness space as an example, is you don't need to tell people, well, we're going to track your, what you're eating first, and then we're going to design this plan that's going to take you 12 months to incrementally, get results. And then you're going to have to do this, and then. If you add all that up front to the person when you're talking to them or in your sales material, you're probably going to overwhelm them. And it's not that you can't honestly and clearly describe the future and the next steps to get to their result, but overwhelming them with all the steps, all the details, all the components just leads to overwhelm and confusion. And if you confuse somebody, they're not going to buy. If you keep it simple and say, here's the clear, simple result you're going to get if we take this first step together, that's when they'll have the clarity to engage and the clarity to take the next step. So as you view where you're at now, ask yourself these questions. If you're established, look back and say, what really worked in the beginning that got customers for us? How can we go back to a simple method like that? If you're starting out, or if you're even developing a new product in your established business, ask yourself, what's the simplest first step that if I get somebody to engage with, then I can add value, I can stack on more, and I can help them grow and succeed and achieve their goals without overwhelming them with the journey that's going to come later. How can I take them by the hand and show them just step by step where we're going to go? When you start to think that way, that's what allows you to reverse engineer your business. It'll allow you to come up with offers that really meet their needs, and it'll keep the onboarding of new customers simpler and more effective for yourself and everybody in your business. So if you need help with that, if you need to design customer journeys, if you need nurture along that, if you want to really come up with an offer that's going to help you increase the number of new customers that you're getting, reach out. We love helping our clients with that. You can reach us at businessmarketingengine.com, comment down below or shoot me a message, whatever you'd like. And we would love to discover what needs you have and how we can serve you. So thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show.